Good evening and welcome back to the West Ham Network. I am Anton, and this video, of course, is your Hammers headlines for the 9th of August in association with Knees Up Mother Brown, KUMB.com. Make sure you do go and check out the website and, of course, their channel forum. Hope you are all keeping safe and well. As per usual, hit that subscribe button if you are new around here. We're on the march towards 13,000 subscribers. I'm going to call it 20,000 subscribers. That's what I'm pushing for. Hit the thumbs up as well. Please leave comments and we will try our best to get back to you as much as we can. I've done a daily, or did a daily show a lot earlier on today where I spoke about specific players, any of the outgoings in relation to Vlasic, Benrahma, and of course Diop, who is in the process of agreeing personal terms and probably should sign on the dotted line at some point today for Fulham. But that leaves gaps, especially that Diop's out the door. That's the one that's guaranteed that we know it is going out the door. And we're waiting to hear if Vlasic is going to go to either Napoli or Torino, which is looking likely to be a loan deal for him. And if Benrahma does leave the club, and if he does, it looks like Nottingham Forest are sniffing around with potentially crazy valuations being mentioned. But go and check out that video. I spoke in depth about those players as well. But I'll get started on today's first information Hammers headlines, and that is that West Ham did make an inquiry to secure on loan the signing of Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher, but have been rebuffed in our approach for the Blues midfielder. Now, he did come through the youth ranks at Chelsea and made just one senior appearance for the club. The 22-year-old midfielder has spent the last 3 seasons out on loan, stints at Charlton Athletic, Swansea City, before spending a year at West Bromwich Albion in the 2021 season. He then went on and joined Crystal Palace, of course, in a temporary spell last summer, and he did enjoy a fine season, finishing with 8 goals, 5 assists from 39 appearances, even earning himself an England national team call-up for his exploits during his time at Crystal Palace. Now, he has been attracting much widespread attention this summer. Everton have been linked to him, and West Ham, of course, have been linked to him. Now, we're definitely interested in trying to bring him to the club, considering that we have signed Flynn Downs, but we were keen in adding another midfielder. And we were and did agree a fee initially with Onana from Lille, who's now officially joined Everton, and we couldn't agree personal terms with him. Hence why West Ham are looking for options in the market. And Gallagher is emerging and has been a long-standing link for us over the summer. Now, West Ham have said to have inquired for the England international on loan, but Chelsea shot down the approach as the manager, Thomas Tuchel, intends to keep him at Stamford Bridge. Now, he didn't start the game for Chelsea at the weekend, but it will make for interesting watching to see how much game times he actually gets at Chelsea, because we do have a World Cup coming up, and so he'll be looking for some promises to get some game time to be able to call up to that squad. For me, this is the guy I want. I've said it all summer. Conor Gallagher is the guy I'd love West Ham to get. I think his hunger, his determination, is everything bunched up into one, is exactly what West Ham are looking for. But the issue is, if you were to try and sign him on a full-blown fee, what would the cost be? 40 million quid? I'm just not sure West Ham would want to pay that for a player who has, has got Premier League experience at Crystal Palace, of course, a little bit with West Brom as well. And that's where I kind of first saw him. But it will be interesting to follow this story. So keep your eyes on the Conor Gallagher situation. Apparently, Conor Gallagher is keen to stay at Chelsea as well, but we'll see what happens. World Cup year, anything, of course, can happen as we move on to the next story, and that is that we have allegedly thrown a hat into the ring to sign the Lyon star Lucas Paqueta this summer, and that's according to several reports that West Ham could challenge for the Brazilian international, and he is only 24 years old. Now, he has been on the radar for West Ham previously once upon a time, and apparently he did knock back the club. Now, that is according to rumours and reports, but the 33-time capped Brazilian international, who is an attacking midfielder and can operate on either wing if needed. He's a silky left-footed player who's bagged 20 goals and 13 assists in 77 games for Lyon so far in his career. And he bagged 11 goals and 7 assists in 44 appearances for the Lyon last season. Now, he possesses exceptional technique, impressive pace, and has a real eye for goal and a killer pass. He's been valued from some places in and around the £60 million mark, but some people are saying that Lyon would be willing to accept anything in around the £30 to £40 million mark as well. Now, Paqueta, we saw a little bit of him against West Ham in the Europa League of last year, but he does look like a baller. He does look like a good player. I'm just not so sure if this is realistic, because there'll be many other teams looking at bringing him in, and he probably might be pushing for some Champions League experience as well. So I don't know if we'll be able to offer him that. But keep your eye firmly placed on Paqueta to see where he moves to next. It could be West Ham, of course. Now, next up is a player that I know Russ spoke about yesterday. I mentioned briefly in the Daily today, but I am going to talk about him now. The report is claiming that West Ham are potentially really close to agreeing a deal to bring in the Fenerbahce central defender. I'm terrible with my pronunciations, so I'm just going to call him Attila. Now, the report is saying that we have agreed a fee with the club, and reports coming out of Turkey saying that they're expecting him to leave the club on the basis of the West Ham offer. Now, the offer should be in and around £17 million. He is a Hungary international centre-back, and it's I think he's a bit of a no-brainer, really. He joined Fenerbahce from Apollon Limassol back in January 2021, and he's been superb for them. He's established himself as a key player in the team and has a lot more to give, definitely. He is only 24 years old, and he did make 25 starts and 7 substitutes appearances for Fenerbahce last season, scoring 1 goal and giving 2 assists in the process. Now, he did score he is a big centre half, solid, no nonsense, takes no crap, Thomas Repka-ish, but better, and maybe he could be the next centre half that West Ham are looking at. I'm not sure, but keep your eyes on that one. But last but not least, I did report it earlier on about this man, Keller, Thilo Keller, who plays for PSG. He's a German international defender. The offer is officially in, is what we're led to believe, for the German 25-year-old international, who can be played at right back and centre back as well. And he's been identified as a defensive target by West Ham, and we are awaiting a response from PSG, who have other options to pursue if an agreement cannot be reached. So I think West Ham are looking at all different options here. Now, Kehrer has 1 year left to run on his current contract, and he would definitely be a good signing for us. He's a player that wants to play games. He did play a lot in the first half of last season, but didn't play as much in the second half of last season in Ligue 1. And he wants to be in that German 11 for the World Cup as well. So he is going to want game time. And in most cases, PSG would find players on his kind of wages, even though he's got a year left in his contract, quite difficult to shift. But his will is to go. He wants to leave the club. And it's said that a couple of weeks ago that he potentially had agreed a fee and a deal to go and join Sevilla, but that stalled a bit, despite the fact that he'd taken on enormous cut in wages to go there. And so I think, personally, it'd be great for West Ham to get him in. He looked decent with PSG, and he, without setting the world alight, you could say, but he's outperformed a lot of expectations, particularly in the last year and a half when they've been really trying to get rid of him, which is it's not great for him, but obviously he needs a guaranteed football. And I think, maybe under David Moyes, he could be the right man. But what do you think? Is he going to be our new centre-half signing? Leave your comments in the comment sections below. And that brings an end to your Hammers headlines for the 9th of August. Lots going on. Join me tomorrow for another West Ham Daily as we talk to you about everything going on at West Ham, and we move into the Hammers headlines again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Stay safe. Of course, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up. Please leave a comment as well and give us your honest feedback on everything we're doing on the channel. Stay safe and, of course, come on, you Irons.